Sometimes we could all do with pressing the pause button. For me, that means getting outdoors and into the fresh air.
We're here to have fun and relax.
While catching up with pals,
Casey Ainsworth.
All the way from London town.
Nicola Adams.
This is where I grew up, in Yorkshire.
Jeanette Manrara.
and with family.
It's a really good way to bond, getting to know each other through drawing.
So join us
I love very good cat.
as we show how taking a break in nature
There's something about water, there's something about the coastline.
Are you feeling relaxed, Joe McKelvey?
Yeah, I think we've smashed it.
or trying something new
You have sailed before, Mark?
Many, many times.
Here's the next gust coming.
can be the perfect recipe
Oh, we've got sausage rolls.
Get it all on, and the kitchen sink.
My taste buds are doing high fives.
to nourish the mind
That's brilliant.
I can't believe I've stopped doing all this stuff. It's very therapeutic, don't you think?
body
Oh, I can feel things shaking that shouldn't be.
Fish on! Fish on, fish on.
and soul.
You know what they say? It's not about the destination. It's the journey. For this weekend escape, I'm heading up the east coast of Northumberland to a destination that never fails to lift my spirits. It's a stunning place that's crowned by the beautiful jewel that is Bamborough Castle.
And there it is. A view I never take for granted. I am so blessed living in this part of the world.
And it's a location I love to show all of my mates whenever they come to visit.
Hey, I'm going to be hanging out with a delightfully dashing and incredibly talented actor who also happens to be a very good friend. From period dramas to gripping thrillers, he's proved time and time again that he is not just a pretty face. Rupert Penry Jones, RPJ to his mates.
There he is. How are you, handsome?
I'm very good. How are you?
How dare you look so young? Give me a hug.
Me and Rupert go way back. He's a born and bred Londoner, and probably best known for his TV roles in Spooks, Silk, and Whitechapel. And he's currently busy filming a thriller set in Newcastle. So this is a great opportunity to get him away to the coast for a bit of R&R.
How long ago was it since we worked together?
25 years, 20-something years.
And you're working up here at the minute?
Yeah, I'm doing a thing, a 6-part sort of drama about feuding neighbours.
Have you been to Bamborough before?
Never. Look at that.
That castle is extraordinary.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about doing something with an old friend for the next 2 days? Well, say yes.
No, not really. No, I'd love to. Of course.
Mate, you're going to love it. Let me take you around the kingdom of Northumberland.
Okay. Let's go.
Come on, mate.
I know how intense London life and filming on location can be. So I'm glad I've arranged for us to do some exercise just down the road. That'll definitely get the endorphins going.
Growing up, where were weekends away for you?
Our family home was North Wales, even though I didn't grow up there. But Anglesey is where we always went for our holidays. It was kind of...
I know Anglesey, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Anglesey was sort of my version of what this is for you, really.
I know you like being alongside the coastline, and there's so many things to do along the northeastern coastline.
Mm-hmm.
How's your surfing legs these days?
Something I've always wanted to do, but I've never done it for long enough to be any good at it. But I keep trying.
Northumberland is a great place for water sports, and Bamborough is just one of the beaches where surfers hang out.
Emily, Chris, how are you?
Hello.
Good to see you. Is that how you greet people? Surfing? Yeah. That's a surfing high five?
One of these.
Oh, is that surfing as well? Get with the programme.
I've always fancied learning to surf, and I've heard we have a good chance of popping up without wiping out with Chris and Emily from any surf.
When it comes to surfing and in the surfing world, is the Northeast a good place to come?
It's an amazing place to be.
Yeah?
We've got all the surf coming from between Iceland and Norway and all these big long period storms.
Sounds like warm surf coming in.
That may be the other reason why it's quiet. It may be the coldest stretch of water in the UK as well. When was the last time either of you went salsa dancing?
Never been surf.
Never. Right, so the reason I ask is we need to get our hips able to move.
Ah.
'Cause our hips are sort of the main limiting things for us being able to stand up. So the first thing I'm going to start with is a little bit of a warm-up.
Okay.
Well, I never thought I'd need a few Latin moves to ride a wave, but it sounds like good advice.
Put our legs nice and straight. We're going to spread them nice and wide. We're going to bend them up. And from here, trying to keep our two sit bones on the ground, we're going to wiggle our hips one way. Lovely. Wiggle the other way. Now it's all to go through how we actually want to lie on our surfboards. To make it perfect, we're going to become a banana. So we're going to squeeze our ankles together and lift our feet and our upper body up. So we're a lovely banana.
When you woke up this morning, Rupert, did you think you'd be a banana in Bamborough?
I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen.
Suitably warmed up, we're ready to get to grips with the equipment.
Is this what you call a beginner's board, Emily?
Yeah, but it's just going to help. It's a little bit more buoyant.
He's our next James Bond. You're right, Rupert. He's a fidgety actor.
We're not even near the shallows yet, and Rupert's already a bit shaken and stirred. But we have to press on if we're to make the most of the surf being up.
Now on to the paddling bit. So paddling well, we're going to become our bananas, lifting our chest nice and high, and that's where we're going to be paddling from. We'll get that bit nailed first, and then the standing up's just an accessory.
We want to put all of our weight into our front foot and then bend our knees. You should be able to stay exactly how you are, but lift your back foot in the air without your body moving.
Okay.
So that's the stand. Now we're going to figure out that pop. What we can do is we can just push into a cobra. We can put our back knee onto the board.
Oh, that's better.
You watch as Emily, she's going to rotate her back knee off to the side. So then she's nice and square to then stand up.
Nice.
Great.
That's it.
This is much better than I've ever been taught before, I have to say.
Oh, thank
good.
Definitely. I feel like I haven't actually ever surfed before. Just putting that out there, just in case I don't get up.
Well, it's all very well mastering our maneuvers on land, but doing that on a breaking wave is another thing altogether. And the best way to understand that is to watch an expert in action.
Oh, she's got a good wave now.
Oh, here's another glide. See, she's paddling until she gets the glide, and then she's up straight up.
She makes it look so easy. Now she's walking along the board. Ready to look cool, calm and collected?
Yep. You know, you're reminding me of Patrick Swayze now. This is Point Break, here we come.
Getting ready to paddle and ride along the wave as it crests is so engrossing. It's a fantastic way of quietening the mind, because there's no time to think about anything other than paddling as hard as you can and trying to get your timings right. It's so lovely to see Rupert a million miles away from lights, camera, action, and enjoying all the natural elements the Northumberland coast has to offer. Man, what a rush that is. And what a way to kick off our weekend.
I achieved my lifetime ambition when it comes to surfing. I stood up for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Pleasure.
Well done.
I'm determined to show Rupert as much of Northumberland's beautiful coastline as possible while he's here. So we're heading off to another favourite beach of mine. I just hope he's happy to get back into another wetsuit.
Have you ever combined snorkeling and scuba diving? There's this thing. I'd never heard of it until now. You and I are going to snoober.
You've made that up, snoober.
I haven't.
There's no
It's
such thing
a
as
thing.
snoober.
And it's happening right here.
This is Beadnell, a lovely spot for swimming, sailing, and going on undersea adventures with one of my favourite instructors.
There he is. Oh, Snoober Steve. Good to see you again.
Robson, how you doing?
Meet my friend Rupert Penry-Jones.
Hi, very
Hello,
nice to
Rupert.
meet you.
I've heard of scuba, but never snoober. How long's that been a thing?
It's been a thing longer than scuba. So if you think right back to the old brass helmets, that's kind of a version of scuba because it's a surface-fed diving system.
Right.
But we extend the hoses, so we've got a long, long hose, which means we don't have to take a cylinder on us back. We can just get into water and we're free.
Go on, tell him what he's likely to see in Beadnell Bay under that water.
You'll see seaweed and rocks. Those two I can guarantee you.
Right, another costume change. Are you looking forward to it?
Another wetsuit.
Yeah, another mini Bago.
I've only just warmed up.
Come on.
If he ever does make it onto a Bond movie, I hope for his sake it's set in the Caribbean and not the North Sea.
Well, we've got our wetsuits on. We've got our goggles and snorkeling. What else do we need in snoober?
We've got us weight belts just like we have in scuba diving. We also need a little bit of extra weight.
Wow, he wasn't kidding about the extra weight. Good grief, that's more than I lift at the gym.
I can hardly bend down. I feel like a turtle. Hope I don't fall on my back because I ain't getting up again. Anything else you want to put on, Steve?
Well, you've got the sinky bits on, so now we'll have the floaty bits on.
Nice, like it. Is snoobering guaranteed to give you a mood boost?
It is. I mean, there's something scientific about actually immersing your face in cold water. It's called a mammalian dive reflex. What you're doing is you're slowing your heartbeat down. You're focusing your brain onto just one activity.
So it takes away the noise.
Takes
The
away all the
incessant
noise.
I can't
chatter.
hear anything with the hood on anyway.
Well, that's good.
I always love the moment you head towards the seabed and get that sense of tranquility. Your senses adjust to your surroundings and you can take in what lies beneath. And I can tell by the grin on his face that Rupert's enjoying this just as much as me.
It's like extreme rock pooling.
You get excited on the seaweed. You hand the little creatures. Yeah.
For somebody that's never dived, it's just a fantastic thing to do.
Brilliant.
Because there's very minimal training.
Mate, if you can snoober in the North Sea, you can snoober anywhere in the world.
I'm sure I'm going to stop shaking.
Well, I think it's time to get my pal to our digs for the night, so he can get the feeling back in his fingers. And luckily, the glamping pods I booked are only a short drive away. I just hope they've got the heating on.
Being in the sea twice when it's cold is going to knock you out.
But you do a lot of cold water swimming.
I do cold water swimming, but
What's the main reason for you doing that?
I found over the last 10 years I've started to get a little bit anxious. And it's for no reason at all. But things like jumping in the freezing cold sea or cycling, riding my bike, it levels me out.
Do you think by design we're meant to do stuff like that? Because I did exactly the same. I was getting burnout, I was getting overwhelmed, I was getting overload. I didn't know what I was chasing in my life. Getting through that sometimes, do you find? You're gonna taste it, mate.
Doxford Farm Camping has all the luxury touches you'd hope to find in a great glamping site. But owners, Katrina and her family, have gone the extra mile for their guests in other ways too.
Not a bad place to crash for.
This place is amazing.
Not too shabby, eh? Katrina,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good.
Hi.
Rupert Henry Jones.
Hi.
I love the setup you've got
Oh,
here.
thank you very much.
Whose
yeah.
idea was it?
Well, it was myself and my husband, John. Done a lot of it ourselves, so it's been a bit of a labour of love.
Amazing.
Just last month, we closed all the campsite off, and I did a special SEN a weekend, so families with children with additional needs. They really, really struggle to go away anywhere. We shut the campsite off. We had all the pods filled with these amazing families with amazing children, and it was
Wow.
just so lovely to see. So
That's a great idea.
trying to share it with everybody, that was our goal, really.
And I noticed they have names, the pods.
They do, yeah. We named them all after the fields on the farm. You're in Toodles and there's Boot Hill.
You're in Toodles.
Toodles.
You look like a man who stays in a Toodle. You get yourself sorted in Toodles.
All right.
I'll get myself sorted in Boot Hill.
Toodaloo.
Like it. Just
See you later.
Thanks very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
While Rupert's settling in and checking out the creature comforts, I've got dinner to prepare.
Evening.
Hello.
And what a beautiful evening it is.
Look at this.
How would you like your kippers?
These look amazing.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed your day in Northumberland, son?
Brilliant. It's been brilliant.
Well, they're ready. Would you like to give me your plate? Okay, and with your kipper, help yourself to crayfish, prawns or crab, all locally sourced.
When I gave you a ring saying I'm working in Newcastle, do you fancy hooking up? I didn't think that we'd be doing this. Can't wait to see what we're doing tomorrow.
Kind of have a different feel about it, but just as enjoyable. But you'll have the best sleep you've had in a long time, buddy. Guarantee it.
We really did have the best night's sleep ever. So, feeling rested and recharged, we're ready to go back to the beach. We're like a couple of kids.
Well, you know where we're going this morning? We're off to school. We're off to beach school.
Beach school, that sounds good.
At a beautiful hidden gem called Stag Rock.
Legend has it a real creature jumped from the cliff to escape hunters. It could all be the stuff of myth, but what we can be certain of are the magical things that are left behind in the rock pools here once the tide goes out.
How are you, Jane? Lovely
Good
to
morning.
see you.
Good morning. Hi, Rupert. Good morning.
I love a bit of rock pooling, so I've arranged for us to meet Ranger Jane, who runs a beach school here.
But why is this such a good place to come rock pooling?
It's almost like a nursery. As the tide's been in and left these shallow pools, the young ones, crabs that are breeding, pregnant crabs, will university.
Did you rock pool as a kid?
Yeah, absolutely. I love rock pooling.
Do you want to relive your childhood
Yes,
again?
please.
Come on then.
Let's do it.
Come on then, Jane.
Cool.
Let's see what we can find.
So what we're thinking, if you think like a crab, think like a fish. If you've been left in this lovely shallow rock pool, where are you going to hide?
It's like a
So if
detective
you-
show, isn't it?
It is. If you super gently turn your rock over and just watch to see if anybody moves, anybody goes for a walk.
You know what I'm going to do, Jane?
Yeah.
I'm going to take my socks and shoes off,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go.
For a bit of a plodge.
Go for it.
I mean, you get all sorts of shells.
There are. So if you have a look at your clamshell, this one here specifically, it's quite interesting. So if you have a look at the lines, you can actually look at a clam, some clams, and it tells you how old it is. Yeah.
What, those four dark
Yeah,
lines?
that is a year that has been in dark sediment. So that clamshell, if you literally count all those lines, that'll be about 40. So literally...
40 years? For
Yeah.
a clam lives for 40 years?
If you counted every
I
single
didn't realise
one
they
of them.
lived that long.
I honestly thought they lived up to, what, 1, 2 years old? 50-year-old clam.
Yeah, can be.
What have they seen? What changes have they seen in their lives?
Not as much as you.
Well, some of these clams will be getting their bus pass soon. And I wonder what Jane knows about another of my favourite beach dwellers.
Tell me about the life of a limpet. Don't tell me they live to 40 or 50 years old.
I think they're not as long-lived, but they have quite an active life. So what he does, he lives in here. He's got a giant sucker foot, which he sticks onto the rock. When the tide comes in, he goes for a walk and he'll have a forage. But what he does when he feels the tide change again and the tide's going back out, he follows his own snail trail back to exactly the same place.
I used to eat limpets. We used to make them in soup with a bit of garlic in the broth. They're really nice. They're really good for you.
Yes, that's right, but I'd rather have a cheese sandwich. I would. Yeah.
Really does take you back to being a kid, doesn't it?
It does. I came down earlier before I met you guys this morning so we can have a little look and see what I found.
Yeah. Great. What have we got in here?
So we've got to handle them super gently. I've got 2 common starfish, so if you want to hold that. And if you have a look at Robson's starfish, so usually
He's got a new leg coming.
Yeah, he has. So when you pick a starfish up, you never ever pick him up by his arm. He thinks there's a predator going to eat him. He can do this and automatically release an arm, and this is what's happened on this guy here.
Is he trying to fly away?
No, he's having a look to see what's going on. So
when you say having a look, it's actually using these as sensors.
On the end of every arm, he's got an eye.
No.
An eye?
So what he's doing, because he's out in the open and he's saying...
Starfish have eyes?
They have, right at the end. So here, look, this guy's doing a bit of yoga and he's looking to see what's going on.
I wish I'd had a classroom like this at school.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to teach my grandchildren when I have them.
I have loved being part of your beach school. See you later.
See you later, bye-bye.
That certainly brought back memories of family holidays. And our beach time isn't over yet, because I've lined up a seaside session with artist Emma, who's just a short stroll away, because she's also here in beautiful Bamborough.
Hello, how are you? Look at you in your little studio.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Emma creates wonderful masterpieces from things she beachcombs from the Northumberland shoreline.
Coming into this fabulous studio. Loving the windbreak.
I find it really hard to just walk past bits of plastic. And over the years, I've picked up bits that I haven't thrown away and I've been turning it into...
something really positive.
Thank
So
you.
what memories are you going to have me and Rupert create?
We're going to have a go at making something along the lines of a little puffin portrait. On here, there's not really very much at all that I've had to buy. The flowers that I've stitched are with fishing line that I found on the beach.
Love it.
The beak is worn out wetsuit.
Wetsuit?
Yeah, yeah. I've pre-cut you
Great.
some bits of denim, and this is going to be your starter.
This is our blank canvas.
This is your blank canvas.
I feel like this is a competition.
Why do you
It's
feel
not
that?
a competition, is it? If yours is better than mine, it doesn't mean you're a better
Rupert,
person.
only you brought the notion of competition into it.
I know, shh.
But mine is going to be better than yours.
It's going to work into the denim a little bit, make that a little bit interesting, your background fabric, using any of these circular bits of plastic that I've found on the beach.
And of all the pursuits in life, why beach art?
I'm really passionate about beach. I grew up holidaying up here. This was my playground, so it's quite...
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah. You can forget just how at peace you feel.
It's being able to see.
Yeah.
As far as the eye can see.
Yeah, the space.
Nothing
and
beats it.
After drawing in felt tip pen, we're adding water to let the ink bleed a bit.
I'm going to put some more birds in there because there's lots of birds here.
You know what?
What?
I can't believe I've stopped doing all this stuff. I used to do loads of art when I was a kid. I never do anything like this anymore. And I love it.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm just...
Well, people say, you know, oh, I never have the time. It is about finding the time.
Well, it's making the time, I think.
You need to put down your phone and pick up a brush.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's time to assemble our puffins with the treasures that Emma has found.
So the beak comes up to the white of the face of a puffin.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, it comes right up. I will.
You'll be very kind. I'm incredibly fragile.
Your white piece is too big.
Yeah.
Well, are you my teacher, are you?
Stop.
Sorry.
Hang on. I can only work with what I'm given.
Suddenly, I'm transported back to Dudley Middle Comprehensive School, when I used to get really absorbed in my art projects.
Right, are you happy with that?
Well, yeah. No, that's brilliant. Perfect. You just pin that all into place.
Looks like a penguin rather than a puffin now.
Whatever seabird I end up with, it's time to pin our materials in place.
Right, so now we're at this stage. We're going to do a bit of sewing.
Love it.
But this isn't your normal thread. This is what I've found on the beach as well.
Right.
You can sew with fishing line.
That's fishing line. That's nylon from fishing line.
So we can sew with this. Question for you both. Do you ever, in between takes and downtime, do anything creative to relax?
I teach myself the ukulele.
Oh, do you?
I've been playing the ukulele off and on for years, yeah.
Is that right?
Well, if I read, I fall asleep. If I watch my iPad, I go sort of mind numb, kind of brain stops working. If I play the ukulele, I relax, but I'm still kind of with it. When I go on set, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're absorbed.
I know what I'm doing now between scenes. Beach art.
You can.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to tear Rupert away because he's got to be on set early in the morning.
Do you know what? I'm not going to get too busy with that. I'll just let all that settle.
Yes, no, that's good.
Would you be able to finish those off, Emma?
Yeah.
And because I just think it'd be great to
And
post one to Rupert to remind him of his time on his weekend escape on the Northumbrian coastline.
Well, I'd love to do that.
Have you enjoyed your weekend away?
Yes, I've had an amazing time.
Thanks, man. And don't make it 20 years before we see each other again.
Thank you. Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
And you?
That was great.
Right, let's get you home, Rupert Penry Jones.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't remember when I spent so much time on the beach with a pal. 2 whole days of fresh air, fun, and learning new things in my favourite county. What more do you need?
Softly you whisper my name. In the night we find a flame. Hearts beat in perfect time. 2 souls on the sweetest climb. Stars above shining bright, guiding us through the night. We dance under the sky. In your arms I know I can fly. Whispered by